I don't care who's doing better than me, because I'm doing better than I was last year. It's me against me. Okay? Okay.
I mean, shit, be honest with you, man. She's a
Bad things, fine as hell, thick as fuck. Oh my god, that's my baby, Caroline.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you a deep, detailed baby hair tutorial. I myself struggle with baby hairs, like trust me, that's why I never give tutorials on them. I'm always just fast forwarding through it because girl, I'm struggling too. But it's okay. I was like, I'm gonna get my two brain cells together to help my girls out. So the hair I'm gonna be working with for this tutorial is a Kinky curly wig from Beauty Forever Hair. I did already pluck and bleach this, so the hair did not come customized. And I did do very minimal plucking in the front of the hairline because for baby hairs, like dramatic ones, you need to make sure you do minimal plucking in the front to have enough baby hairs to play with. Just felt. And since this is really a dedicated baby hair tutorial, I went ahead and laid down the lace before starting the video officially. But if you're wondering how I lay my lace, don't worry babes, I have lots of just as detailed as this one, even probably more detailed videos on how I do my glueless installs. Do check those out. But okay, now let's get into the baby hair tutorial. Okay, now that I have the lace nice and laid, the next key step for your baby hairs is to make sure your lace is set and dry, whether you're using a glueless spray, an actual spray. So I'm gonna go ahead and, because you don't wanna have any lifting when you're doing all that swooping. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this elastic band on and let the lace sit for a minute, just to make sure everything's nice and stiff, because you do not want any lifting. Here's a baby hair supply list. First, of course, an edge control brush. There's different types. You can use your toothbrush, but I feel like honestly, if you're trying to get some really good edges, you gotta upgrade to like actual edge control brush. I like this one. It's from the brand Red. I mean, I don't know if it's Kiss by Red or Red by Kiss. I like this one because as you can see, it's a multi one. It's got the brush, and I like it because I like hard brushes. Like a hard bristle that can really control that hair is important. I don't like soft, flimsy brushes. And it has, you know, these little combs, which I also use to help like really get very like a very detailed swoop. And it has a nice little flat tip, which is also helpful for pushing things down. A razor. You can use scissors for cutting, but razors are so much better when it comes to cutting your baby hairs. I feel like if you want a very fluffy look, a razor works. Or you can use like these cuticle scissors that I use, but just make sure you're cutting in a slanted way. Don't ever just cut straight across. I would say this is important, but not as important. When I started doing my baby hairs, I never used this. I just started using this year. And I feel like this little mini flat iron does make a difference. And I got it from Amazon. It's super tiny. The tinier, the better. As far as actually laying the baby hairs, I use Eco Styler gel sometimes, or I like to use mousse as well. I feel like it's easier for me to use Eco Styler because it has more hold. Because sometimes what's annoying about baby hairs is that it's trying to get the hair to lay the way you want it to lay. So I like to use this, but I like this as well because it's much lighter. So it kind of depends on what you're going for. Okay, now let's get into it. So the way I like to do my baby hairs, I don't really do center baby hairs. I used to, but these days I feel like it's just like the lace lays better when you don't do it that way. That's my opinion. Do what you like. But whenever I start to pull the ones from the side, I always like go in a diagonal angle and like try to like carve out kind of like a C shape in a way. Like I don't just pull them out straight across. I like kind of go like up and over a little bit. You can always play with different placements. Like everyone's head shape is different. Sometimes maybe you need to start a little bit closer to the center. It's all up to you. And this is what I was saying about make sure you don't pluck too much in the beginning before you install it, because now you see it's like low-key too thick for my baby hairs, but I can like easily go in and thin it out with my tweezers now. I'm just gonna thin it out. Another thing I've learned too, sometimes like plucking a little bit behind the baby hairs, if the hairline's thick, kind of also gives it a natural look. Not too much now, but plucking a little bit of space between the baby hairs and when the hairlines start, it can give it a bit of a look. And to cut it, I always cut in a diagonal, you know, in an angle, a downwards angle. And I try to use my eyebrow as a gauge. So like no, I don't like to cut nothing shorter than where my eyebrow stops, right? And I like to cut mine going, just look. So basically I'm trying to like do like a tapered look where it's going from short to long, you know? So the hairs up here, like up here are shorter and it gets longer going back. And using the razor just really helps give it this like feathery look to it. Right, now let's go off the eye nice and hot. It's much more easier if you swoop it inward. I like how it curls, or I like how the hair swoops when I do an inward curl. My thing is that it's just so hard sometimes because you can burn your head when you're doing it inward than versus flipping it outward. And I'm just trying to get the tight curl, the tighter the better. So take your time and boom. Nice and springy. And then what I do next is I'm gonna just try to like do like a rough form of what I want it to look, and I'll brush it out like this. So I can see how like it's looking. We like that. And now the key to getting that soft look without it, you know, but still using this, is I only add the Eco Styler only to the top of the baby hairs, like up here, just to like lay the top portion only, because I still want the bottom to be, you know, soft and have the curl. I don't want to like dead the curls, okay? And then I kind of just use the rest of whatever's left to brush into the hair. And there you go. And honestly, the whole if you've never done edges before, the whole technique to it is like you swoop and you use your finger like to hold the place that you want it to hold, and then I don't know how to explain it, but like I'm just using the comb detail here to really help me swoop the baby hair the way I want it. And I'm trying to like let the curled end stay there. You just gotta keep maneuvering the hair until it's looking like the way you want it to look. Sometimes when it comes to my baby hairs, I just kind of like, I'll call my first attempt the rough draft. Because sometimes you just gotta give them a moment to set before trying to get them to conform to the shape that you want. This side always hits better than that side for some reason. Oh yeah, like I said before, you wanna tweeze, well I'm gonna tweeze on top first. Tweeze the hair down. Like I was saying, sometimes tweezing in between the spaces, like, you know, in between where the baby hair is, like creating a little bit of a gap from where the baby hair starts to like where the hairline itself starts. That also looks really nice and natural for some reason. And I'm just gonna tweeze back hair a little bit, just a little bit, not too much. Diagonal cut down with the razor, trying not to cut off my eyebrows. Try my best. Okay. Nice tight inward curl. Ooh. Nice. Do a little comb out and pre-shape the hair to see what you're going for. And just put it on the top to help you lay down the top flat. Don't take it any lower than that. And then we go on our little, I'm using the comb part, and we start swooping the hairs. I just kind of like to just follow the shape of how the curls are going. And even when I'm brushing it, I'm kind of like brushing it outward onto my forehead. Like you see, like I'm brushing it like out this way, not like down. I kind of like go out this way, you know? Like I'm not like, I want to brush it down to show you, but I don't want to ruin the baby hairs. Like I'm not brushing the baby hairs down. I'm like brushing them out to the side to give it that curved shape. I want to take this one out. Sometimes not all the baby hairs you pull out have to be the baby hairs. Like if it looks kind of like weird, I just like keep like playing with it. I'll bring some in, take some out, tweeze some hairs. Like I'm about to tweeze this one. Just play with it until it makes sense. It's not gonna make sense at first, at least not for me. All that flaking. Nice tight curl. This is about to be messy because it's kind of wet. It's best if the hair is dry, but that's okay. Ooh. Ooh. See, I like this side more than the other side. I knew it too. I don't know what it is about this side that I just always prefer. I feel like I just do this side better. Oh my goodness. Mercury. Yeah, that's good enough. So like I said, for now, it's a rough draft. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the elastic band back on just to let everyone like sit in their position. Make sure you don't put it on too rough because it might like cause it to shift. Kinky curly hair. And you're wondering how do you get your curls to look really defined? Because you know, kinky curly hair can get poofy real easily. So what I do is I finger coil them so I get them nice and saturated with either mousse, water, whatever. And I just like will wrap it, the ends mainly. I like my ends to be defined around my finger. And then, yeah, and drop it like that. And I'll separate it once it's like fully dried. And I just do big messy sections. I don't want it like perfect. I just want some curls here and there. So here was the final look after the hair had fully air dried, and I wasn't really feeling this final look. Like in the moment, I was just really tired because y'all know I be doing these installs super late. It was 3 a.m. and I was like, it's cute for now. But I came back the next day and went ahead and just did some tweaking and redid the hair. I added a part in it. And at first I wasn't gonna even like record this part, but I was like, nah. I gotta give y'all the full tea. So really all I did was just brush the baby hairs on this side. out and I put the inverted swirl right here in the center. I felt like it looked cuter. And I also went ahead and added an actual part to the hair. I just felt like the flip over wasn't giving the way I wanted it to give. But that's really all I did, and I do like this style a lot better than the other style. Minor details, but still, it made a difference for me. Like I said, my first attempt at my baby hair is always the rough draft. Every time I reinstall the wig, I'm tweaking something else. Like, it's never done till it's done. You just kind of have to be really patient and give attention to details when it comes to baby hairs. Like right here, I was just plucking away some hairs that felt like they were like not fitting the vibe or the look. It's okay to pluck hairs. Don't be scared to pluck them baby hairs. And then I'm just trying to go in and push some back, push some to the side. You just gotta mess around with it, and sometimes it helps to have like a inspo photo of the type of baby hair you want to go for to kind of help you see how to shape and maneuver everything. Much better. Here we are with the finished look. I kind of just like these better than the other one. I feel like I was doing a little bit too much in my opinion. I like this, guys. So I have my little swirl cut, just like the little inverted swirl. I also chopped the hair a little bit shorter, so it went from being 24 inches and now it's giving maybe like a 22 inch. Kinky curly hair can get quite short, especially with these finger coils, but I love this finger coiling hack because this is the hair fully dry, and you know kinky curly hair, when it gets fully dry and big, it gets super frizzy and puffy, but doing the coils lets it get dry but still have a nice defined look and have volume at the top. With that said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found this video informative and helpful. You know the drill, like, comment, and subscribe, and peace out, Girl Scouts. Goodbye.